Hi everyone, it's Nat here. Hope you're all doing well. So I'm very excited to get on with my first project as part of the creative team for Aunty Vera Scrap and Craft. So for this month, being February, it is sort of like a Valentine's theme that we've got, and it is Heart of Mine. That's the theme. So I was finding this one a little bit difficult because I can't remember when I've last celebrated Valentine's or anything, but I think I've got an idea of what I can do now. So for February, I got to choose some products. So these are the ones that I'm using today that will be on sale for the month of February at Aunty Vera Scrap and Craft. So I'll show you these first. So you've got the unique confetti. It's heart shaped. Just got it in a bag because as you can see it's gone everywhere. Inca Gold, that's the lava red one. The Winker Stella pen, which is red as well. The Rose Stem Kaisercraft die. The Kaisercraft Two Souls stamp set. So I've chosen these ones because I think they go with the theme really well and the colour scheme that I want to work with. So these products are on discount for the month of February. Now the other ladies that are doing February as well have also chosen products that will be on sale too. So I'll link Aunty Vera's blog down below. Go and check it out and check out what the other ladies are doing because they'll have some good sale items as well. All right, so let's get started with this. So what I have decided is, as I said, I had a conundrum because I had no idea what I was going to make. And then I remembered that two friends of mine are getting married this year. And I thought, oh, what a good opportunity to make something for them. Okay, so I've made a base for my card out of some red cardstock that I found in my stash. So basically I just cut it 10 inches by 6 inches and then folded it in half. I have a scoreboard, so I scored it at the 5-inch mark and then folded it. So there's our base. So I reckon what we'll do is just do a few embellishments on the inside that I'd like to do. So I used the nesting heart dies. These ones, I used the biggest one and created this beautiful heart with the stitched edges. I love the stitched edges, and they've all sort of got different ones as well, which is cool. So I'm thinking I'd like to put that, I reckon that way, and that will be where I can write my sentiment. I have a white Signo pen which I can use to write on the black, so I think that'll look really cool. So I'm just going to attach that with some double-sided tape. I will speed this up for you so I don't bore you to death. Okay, so now I'm just going to stick this on. I think like that'll be alright. I reckon that looks pretty cool. Alright, put my rubbish away. Just getting my greaseproof paper because now I think we'll do a bit of stamping just so it doesn't look so boring on the side. So I'll grab my two soul stamps. These are beautiful, these ones. So I have a stamp block here somewhere. There, right in front of me. And my stays on. So I think I might do the rose. Just that one there. doesn't quite fit on the block, but I reckon it will do. Move that over a bit, that's not too bad. So I hope you're all crafting away. Sunday night here, good time for crafting before the busy week starts. Let's make sure I've got some on these middle bits. Alright, now I reckon it will look good about here. It's a lovely stamp, that one. Comes out really nice and crisp. I'm looking forward to stamping that one a bit more on some cardstock, some white stuff, and colouring it in. I think it'll look beautiful. So just clean that off a bit. Now there's some sentiments here as well. I reckon one of those will be nice. So I'm going to pick the "And So the Adventure Begins." I think that's a really nice one for a young couple who are getting married. I'm going to put that one just up in this corner, like that. And then I'll just let that dry for a moment while I fix up the next one. There's one down here that says "To Have and to Hold." And I reckon it'll go quite nicely. Just double checking it is the back. I'm known to make mistakes when I'm on camera pretty regularly. So I might just put it down the bottom here. There we go. So the next thing I need to do is I have just cut a window out of the black cardstock that we cut. There's the other piece. So it come from this nesting heart die, and that's the second to smallest. So let me just find, I have a littler heart here, which is the smallest heart. As you'll be able to see when we put it in there, there's a gap around it. Now we need to stick this to the front of our card, and the best time to do it's now, and you'll see why. Let me just grab some tape. Now what I want to do is figure out where I'll be placing this card. We want a pretty even edge of the red around the outside, all around. So we'll get that placed sort of where we want it. And I'm just going to use some washi tape to hold it for the moment. It'll make my life a bit easier. So let's just double check that it's pretty even. Move it that way a little bit. Not too bad, so I'm just going to stick it down lightly with this washi tape so it doesn't move. And I'll do the same down the bottom for the moment. Right, now we need to stick this one in here, and that's why I've stuck these bits down so they don't move, so I can see where I want to put it and get it there without everything moving on me. So when I die cut this, it cut out some of the red cardstock as well. I don't know if you can see it in the little stitched bits, which looks pretty cool, so I thought I'd leave it like that. Alright, so I'm just going to use double-sided tape again for this. So it's been raining today quite heavily before, which is wonderful. The gardens need it so bad, and hopefully it will really deaden any of the outbreaks that we were having in the hills, fire-wise. I've got the tour down under coming. I think that's started actually now, so they'll be going through some of the burnt areas. Wouldn't be the first time, because there was a fire in a similar area a few years ago and they had to go through, and it just completely changes the landscape of the area. Must go for a drive out that way myself once the tour's finished. Spend a bit of money over there. Alright, I reckon that'll do us with that. Alright, now placement. It's got a bit of something stuck on there. It's looking pretty good. That's not too bad. I've still got to get the top bit on so it's even after we do everything else. So we'll see how we go. But that's looking pretty good. So now I can take our tape off. So now it's time for some embellishing of the front. So we'll take this off now. We'll just put our card to the side. So it's slightly textured, this cardstock. So what I'm going to do is put some of this Inca Gold just around the edges of it, just to add a bit of bling. It's sort of very, well, it's metallic paint, so metal gloss paint. So I think that'll look really nice. Just add something a little different to it. So I'm going to apply it with this cotton tip, because usually I use my fingers, but I tend to get a bit too much on, get it in too far. So I thought I'd try using this to do this at the moment. See how we go. So isn't that luscious? So I'll get that done. And it goes a long way, this, which I really love. So just going to rub it on. Need a bit more, I think. There we go. And because of the textured cardstock, you can see the texture a lot better once you put some colour on it like this. Alright, so I think that will do for that. Went a bit over in some spots, but that won't matter. Don't want it to be perfect. Because if you try and make something perfect and then something else goes wrong, then it all looks out. So that's my theory anyway, and it works for me. So I'll let that dry for a little bit. So while our Inca Gold is drying on the front of our card, I have this. The die cut of the rose stem, which is this one, which is beautiful, but I'd like to add a little bit of bling. So I've got this Wink of Stella pen. I've also got the Fumbles tonight as usual. So it's red. Now it adds a real subtle glitter, just a bit of a sparkle to things, and it goes on really nicely. It's a bit like a paint pen. But it goes on this really nice because it is like red glitter, and that you can hardly see that it's there, and the light catches it when you turn it and you just see these little sparkles, which is lovely. So I thought that'll add something really nice and special to the front of the card. So I'm just colouring this in. Okay, so I'm thinking that looks pretty good. I'll try and show you. I don't know how much you'll see, but if I get it up and turn it, you can just see the little glimmer every now and again. You can see a lot more in real life. It's beautiful. So now that we've done that, this should be pretty well dry because the Inca Gold dries quite quickly. So what we will be doing is this will end up on here. And then I do have my white Signo pen, and I think I might just put some words on there. So I want to do love up the top. So I'm not going to need to start doing any of this sort of stuff, but it makes it personal anyway. So that can dry, and we'll see about getting this flower stuck on. So what I think I'll do is use my fine tip glue for this, so that every time I need to give it a clean out, and I never give it a proper one. Come on, glue. Oh, there's some. Just not getting the air in there. There we go. That got a bit of air in there. Just want to get enough to get it started. So we can get it placed. Always fits really well. There. So I'll speed this up so you don't have to watch me fight with the glue. So the next thing I have to do is I have a roll of acetate here, and I have to make my acetate window for our shaker card. So I must cut a bit of this out and hope that it's around about the right size. I hate this stuff because everything sticks to it. It's very annoying. Let's put that down on there. Now, oh, that's looking good, so we'll just cut it down a little bit where it's really crooked. Not that we'll be able to see it, but it'll just annoy me if I don't. Put those bits in the rubbish. My scissors are getting really sticky from cutting all the double-sided tape. Yeah, so that looks really good to fit on there. So we'll stick that on with some double-sided tape. trying to get used to it a bit. Alright, so we'll get our window on. That doesn't look too bad, as long as it's all sort of stuck down a bit here and there. Sticky stuff, that. Alright, as you can see, this was sticking to the static on that. Now, make sure I don't put it down that way, or the rest of that double-sided tape is going to stick to everything else. So we'll get our card over here, and it's time to start working on our shaker bits. So I have this, it is foam tape, foam mounting tape I should say. So I have just coloured the edges in black so it's not as noticeable. Now we've got to leave quite a margin around the heart because it's got to be the size of, so what I might do is see if I can find a bigger heart. I did chuck them over here somewhere. Here we go. I want the size heart that comes out of there. I'm thinking if we put that there we can sort of see how big it is. So something around that. Or else we're going to be able to see the double-sided, the mounting tape in the window, and we don't want to do that, so I'm going to make sure that I leave enough space around. Just cut a bit of this off and stick it about there, I reckon. Now we've sort of got to make it touch so that none of our sequins and that fall through. I think I know about how far away we need it, so that's looking alright. Now I must not put top on before put shakers in. Wonder if anyone's done that. I can see myself doing it, so I'm hoping that other people have done it. Alright, so now this is the fun part. Get our shaker stuff. So we've got this confetti. It's unique confetti that we got from Aunty Vera's. So this is one of the sale items for this month as well as my stamp set that I've been using, and my rose die cut, my Inca Gold, and my Stella Wink stuff. Don't you love my terminology stuff? I think it's getting late. So I don't want to put too much in, give them room to move. Now I'm going to put some of these seed beads from my own stash in as well. Thought they might help knock the sequins off of the acetate. Alright, now just thinking. I think I've done most of the stuff. Now we'll just put the top on in a minute. Alright, now for the fun part. I'll grab an acetate window. I'll grab a tissue and I'm just going to wipe it down because it has everything stuck to it as usual. Don't know if this bit will come off. Oh yeah, it will. Looks like a lot of it's on the outside, so we can wipe that down afterwards. Alright, now I've got to take our tape off. And don't forget that little bit. Grab our window and hope that we can get it on where it's meant to go. So I'll start down the bottom and try and give each side an even margin. It's looking pretty good. It's not looking too bad. I can't see any of the tape through the window. There's a bit of a margin up the top. A little bit crooked, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad for me. I'll give it a bit of a push around, especially where the tape is, where our sequins are. Just a gentle push so I don't dent it all in. And around the outside to hold it all together. Voila! And it shakes. Sort of. The seed beads do. The sequins get stuck to the acetate. But that's alright. I'm thinking given time. Can you hear that? Given time, hopefully the static will go away. But I love it. Even if they stick to it, it's good because it spreads them out and it looks really cool. So I'm actually going to be quite proud to give this to my friends. Yeah, it just feels nice to give them something that I've made myself rather than I've gone out and bought. So it's turned out all right for me, so I'm really happy with that. And yeah, just love the die cuts, especially the hearts and the rose and all of it, and the stamps. So I'll show you the inside. And then as I said, I can write a message on there with the white signo pen, and then that's the back. So yeah, and it looks a lot better too. You can't notice the tape too much because I've coloured it in black on the edges. So thanks for coming along. That was heaps of fun, and thanks very much Aunty Vera for letting me use your beautiful products. Had heaps of fun doing that, and I learn a lot. So I will put Aunty Vera's links below. Check out her blog and check out what the other ladies are doing in February, because as I said, products that they've picked in the core papers and that will be on sale as well for the month of February. So it's a great opportunity to get a bargain. And while you're there, check out all the other bits and pieces. I know Vera has some clearance things as well every now and again, so they're always worth looking at, which I certainly do. So yeah, take care, have fun, and I will see you soon. Bye.